But I've decided I'm going to cook some bacon-wrapped shrimp. You want to come along with me and I'll show you how to cook bacon-wrapped shrimp. We can do cooking with the Backyard Professor.
Yeah, baby.
I'll show you my backyard real quick. I'm going to go get some shrimp out of the freezer. Why not, man? I've never done a cooking video before. Here's my backyard. See this lovely, lovely planter? I made that years ago out of river rock. And then I made my nice table over there. It's not polished, but I made that out of river rock. And there's my pergola back over there, and then my trees, my forest, my natural forest. Yeah, I planted these trees years ago, and I get to sit here in my own forest and enjoy the day. Several seats over there by that fence. My barbecuer's covered up, and then my path goes over here toward the house, and I've got my little storage shed right here, right there. So I think I'm going to go get some shrimp, go get some bacon, and do some bacon wrapped shrimp. I'm going to make a video on how to make bacon wrapped shrimp. I'll show you guys how I do it. This will be a ball. All right, let's see if I can do this properly. I know a lot of people walk with their cameras, so I'm going to try this out and see if it works. I got to go to the freezer first and grab my shrimp. I've had it for about a year, so it's time to cook it up so I don't freezer burn it. Let's go get some shrimp. Have to unload the entire freezer. Have to unload the entire freezer. There we go. Out comes tumbling everything. Oh man, you know those hot dogs, I'm serious, you whap! You hit someone with that, that's like a rock. When they're frozen, Better put my steak back in there. Alright, these are Gulf Jumbo shrimp, wild caught. 16 to 20 white headless shrimp. We're gonna cook these babies up. They're gonna be awesome, man. Yeah, baby. I'm looking forward to this. Alright, now part of the stuff I need is this, honey. If I'm gonna do a honey glaze, I've got to get honey. Another thing I need, come over here to the spice cabinet. Hey, I built this spice cabinet a few years ago. I've got celery seed, ooh, yuck, that wouldn't be good. Allspice, no, cloves, nutmeg. Chipotle, ooh, chipotle pasta. Pulled pork, have you ever had pulled pork? Bacon wrapped shrimp, ooh, there's some mild cayenne, that might be good to mix in. Coriander, no. Turmeric, smoked paprika, yeah, no. No, what am I looking? Okay, now see, this is the hot cayenne. I don't want to make them real hot. And I do have some red pepper flakes there, but there's chipotle. I'm going to do some chipotle. I'm going to do chipotle. Chipotle is smoked. Let me see. Chipotle is smoked red pepper anyway. Red cayenne peppers. Yeah, I'm going to mix in this. Chipotle with honey. That'll be good. That'll be a good glaze right there. Okay, now I've got to, here's the shrimp. I've got to put this in a, I got the bacon out, and I've got that thawing. I should have pulled that out yesterday, but I didn't. And then I've got this Gulf shrimp. Shut that window so that I can hear myself think. I've got this Gulf shrimp. I've got to put this in some warm water. I'm going to put it in this canister right here, cold water. And this one I'll just keep for the shells. There's a lot of shelling of the shrimp. I think I'm going to do half this bag. It's a big bag. I mean, it's a huge bag. I got it at Costco a year ago. Put half the shrimp in there and let them thaw down a little bit. Oh, I've got to grab scissors. Everybody needs scissors, but not for this project. I got to get me some toothpicks. Right there. Toothpicks. Because you got to be able to wrap. You got to cut this bacon in half, wrap the bacon around the shrimp, and put the toothpicks through the bacon, through the shrimp, so the bacon will stay on. And then you put this on an oven about 350 to 400 degrees. Yeah, baby, we're rocking now, man. Oh, I've got to get... Hold on. That's a very valuable implement, but not for what I want to do. That's great for scraping out mayonnaise jars, man. That's good stuff. I've got to get my... This is good for flipping hamburgers. When I do hamburgers, I'll show you that. Oh, look, big spoon. Woohoo! That'll help me. I've got to find my brush. My glazing... Oh, right there, right there. Yeah, you need one of them. A glazing brush to wipe all this crap all over the shrimp when you're done. And I've got to have a... Oh, no, not there. Not the paper bowls. Right there, right there. Yeah. Small little metal bowl, just like that, right in the kitchen. I'll mix the rub right there. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do is open up this bag of shrimp and start putting these in the cold water. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I told you scissors would come in handy, didn't I? I'm going to cut this bag of shrimp open, because I'm going to rebag this other half into a better bag. So you cut this bag open here like this, see? Look at the size of those shrimp, you guys. Yeah, that is big stuff. I'm going to put about half the bag in here, and I'm going to have to shell these. First, I'm going to have to thaw them. You want to keep your shrimp frozen until just before you pull them out and thaw them, because you don't want them warm at all. You want them frozen when you wrap them with the bacon. We'll get us a good bunch here. That's more than I'll be able to eat. Gotta feed my wife and dog. Yeah, did you know my dog likes bacon wrapped shrimp? No, she's not gonna get any of this. Okay, that's about half the bag. So I'll re-baggage this, and you put cold water over that. Yeah, you fill this with cold water. You don't want it warm water, you want it cold water, and then you let that sit for about a half hour or so. Let it sit, and then I'll have to take all these shells off. Ugh, that's a lot of work, but it's a lot of delicious. Okay, I don't have one of those professional kitchens where I can show you all the cool angles and shots while I'm doing all of this. But while the shrimp is thawing, and technically it really doesn't thaw, it just takes the frost off it and the icing off it, I will de-shell these, and I'll show you how I do that, and I'll do a couple of them, and then I'll shut the camera off and de-shell them all, and then I'll show you how to cut the shrimp or the bacon and wrap it and put the toothpicks in it. It is a very technical scientific procedure. I have done this enough that I know what I'm doing in a theory. There's one theory that says I am just bat poop crazy. I have no idea what I'm doing. So we shall see which theory prevails. Once we get the shrimp prepared, what I'm going to do is I'll turn the oven on once I get them all wrapped. Now, I've seen some recipes that say 350 degrees. I did these about a month ago where I did it at 400 degrees. I didn't do any basting with any kind of a wonderful honey glaze. I'm not going to do them all, but I'm going to do some of them so that I can taste the difference. And they took about 20 minutes or so. I did not pre-cook the bacon in that one. I think this one I will pre-cook the bacon, because the bacon was a little bit flimsy, and with the honey glaze, I don't know how that'll work or not. But the thing is, my wife has a batch of bread in the oven right now, and it's or in the fridge or whatever, and it's rising, so I'm afraid my shrimp cooking is going to clash with the bread, which will really be interesting, won't it? Yeah, baby. Anyway, yeah, I'll do another video on bread here at another time. For right now, I'm just letting you know we're in the downtime. So hum yourself a tune, and I'll be right back. Yeah, maybe I could show another chess video in between. No, chest and shrimp do not mix. Unless you're eating the shrimp. Yeah. You know how important it was for Alton Brown, that world's renowned chef, to have the scientifically correct, accurate terms of the various foods he was cooking, as well as the various processes and the intellectual abstractions with which he elaborated upon in order to build our knowledge of the grandeur of this scientific thing we call cooking. So I decided I would look up the scientific name for cooking. What is the scientific name for cooking?
According to Wikipedia, molecular gastronomy is a subdiscipline of food science that seeks to investigate the physical and chemical transformations of ingredients that occur in cooking.
And there you have it. That is called molecular gastronomy. Sounds particularly gross, doesn't it? All right, we're still letting the shrimp. Trying to get that done. What is the scientific name for shrimp?
The scientific name of Caridean shrimp is Caridea.
Caridea, there we go. We are hey. And finally, what is the scientific name for bacon?
Here are some results.
Oh, and then they just give me the results. Bacon is cured meat from a pig. Well, that's certainly scientific. Oh, disambiguation. Bacon disambiguation, Wikipedia. Nobody believes Wikipedia anyway. Oh, this is ridiculous. It's a cured meat prepared from a pig, okay? So that's the Alton Brown version of this particular cooking video with which the Backyard Professor is so lovingly bringing you through so that you can learn how to cook your own bacon-wrapped shrimp, which is going to be basted with a very delicious mix of chipotle honey. Soon coming to you. Just hang in there with me, will you? Remember, we're having fun yet. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to go play a game of chess while I'm waiting for this crap to get soft so that I can shell it. I'll be right back. Yeah, I've got a new chess video up, by the way. It's on Artur Yusupov. Go watch it while you're waiting for me. All right, the real key to this is just to grab the feet and pull around in a circle around the shrimp, and then discard the shrimp shell in another bucket. And you have to do this probably 1 or 2 or 3 different times to get all of that hard shell off of the shrimp body, because it's the soft shrimp body that we want to eat. And then just pull the tail off like that, and there's your piece of shrimp, just like that. We'll just plop that little baby right there and start peeling the other shrimp. And while you're peeling the shrimp, since it is a seafood, you could probably think of some kind of a sailor song to sing or something like that to yourself while you go through at least 100 gajillion pieces of this shrimp. And they're not bad size shrimp. You can see they're pretty good size. They're not bad. So you peel all your shrimp first. They're still really cold. There's still a little bit of ice on the feet of these shrimp and the shells, and that's how you want it. You don't want these really soft, and you don't want the shrimp bodies warm either, because you want them going into the oven fairly cold, because it is a seafood and you don't want any raw seafood. Look at the size of that one right there. That one's a good size one. Fits right in the palm of my hand. That's beautiful stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this will probably take about 15 or 20 minutes to peel all these shrimp, and then I will, my bacon's sitting right there, I will cut my bacon in half, and that should give me enough bacon to wrap all of these around. And then what we'll do, I'll show you cooking the bacon. That's important. You don't know how to cook bacon, do you? I'll show you how to cook bacon. That's critical in this procedure. And then I'll be right back with more of this. This is going fairly fast. I suppose I could stand here and tell you a bunch of Backyard Professor jokes. Hey, speaking of which, did you hear about the gigantic explosion that happened in a cheese factory in France yesterday? Yeah. debris was scattered all over the place. If you're not laughing right now, go look up the meaning, would you? That was a good joke. Come on, that was a clean joke. Laugh. That was funny, man. I don't care who you are. That was funny. Okay, I'm going to finish doing these shrimp. Shelling the shrimp. I just start at the top, the head, the big place, and then move all the way down and pull all of that shrimp shell off and pull the tail off so that you have just the soft part. And I will be back in just a little bit. You always want to wash your hands a lot with seafood. You got to keep your hands clean with this stuff, man. You'll get sick if you don't. Okay, the pile is growing. I'm making progress. Okay, there's my full bowl of shrimp. Now, it's really important that after you peel the shrimp, that you wash your hands with soap. You can just throw the hard shells away. Wash your hands with soap, lots of soap. You want to keep your hands clean in this process, and you also wash your hands after you're handling the bacon as well. Because with seafood and with pork, you don't want to get trichinosis or whatever it is, and you really want to try to keep things super clean. That's important. You also want to keep your work area clean. I used pretty hot water, use lots of soap, wash out all of your dishes that you put your shrimp in, as well as your shrimp shells. Wash down your sink, make sure you got plenty of soap, because you don't want any. With seafood, it can be, you just don't want to get sick. It can get somewhat dangerous if you're not really super clean. So I try to wash down everything after I get done with the raw work, and then we'll cook up the bacon. I'll get to that next, and we will make progress toward the oven. Okay, I put some aluminum foil on this frying pan. It's not a deep frying pan, it's like a cookie sheet, and I like putting aluminum foil on because it makes the cleanup so much easier. Now if I can unprofessionally set my camera up, sorry for all the bother. Okay, now I've got this plastic, it's just a little plastic cut tray, and what I want to do is I want to get this bacon out of this package, and I think it's I left it frozen all night. I didn't unfreeze it overnight, but you can if you want. I just put it in some water, and it came out fine. Yeah, it's soft and ready to cut. Now, in order to have enough bacon to wrap around the shrimp, of course, you want to cut the bacon in two. I'm really wondering, hang on, I put the shrimp in the refrigerator. I've got a lot of shrimp. I've got, let's see here. I've got 30 pieces easy. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I cut this in half, I'll only have 20 pieces. But I can do it in thirds and just tuck the... see, that's not going to be... This is an easy way to tell. See, there's a wrap right there, and then you just pin it with the toothpick. So I can cut this in 3 and have 30 pieces of bacon for my bacon wrap. And I know ideally it'd be nice to really wrap it around 2 or 3 times. However, we're going to do it this way for the moment. We're going to see if I can get this. I'm going to cut this bacon in thirds, not half. Last time I cut it in half, I might even cut it in fourths. No, I'll cut it in thirds. I'll cut it in thirds, and if I have bacon, or if I have shrimp left over that I don't wrap, then I'll just bake the shrimp. I'll still baste it, and bacon. Then you want to get your, oh, I got my hands messy, forgot to, you want to get the toothpicks out first. Hello! Paper towels are always handy. They're very helpful, I'm just saying. Alright, throw that over there. Open up my toothpicks here. Okay, toothpicks, just pop them out here somewhere. Make a mess. That's what men do best, is make a mess. Yeah, baby, that's a good program right there. Then you grab your piece of bacon. You grab a piece of shrimp. You wrap the bacon around the shrimp. You take the toothpick, stab it through the bacon, through the body of the shrimp, and through the bacon on the other side. And then plop it right down there on the tray. Just like so. So this isn't going to be officially wrapped. It's just going to be tucked around it. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to do a full 360-degree wrap. Sorry, that's just not in the program. Then you take your bacon and you take your shrimp. Did you notice I backward did that? Yeah, whatever. Wrap the bacon around the shrimp. Poke it through with the toothpick and voila. Take your shrimp, put it in the bacon, wrap it around, take your toothpick, stick it through the bacon and shrimp, put it on your pan. Take the shrimp, take the piece of bacon. You get the idea, right? Right? Just wrap it around. It only takes once. These aren't really super gigantic, super huge, unbelievable, colossal shrimp, but they're good size. I mean, that's a pretty good size shrimp, piece of shrimp right there. And you take the bacon, and you start it in the middle of the shrimp, and then just roll it around until the bacon's wrapped around it. And then you poke through the bacon, and you poke through the shrimp. See, this is the easy part. This is the fun part that really makes it cool to do. You do this enough times, shrimp, bacon, put the shrimp on the bacon, wrap it around, and that's pretty thick cut bacon. That's the Falls brand bacon. I've been very impressed with Falls brand bacon through the years. They do pretty good thick bacon. So you take your piece of shrimp, put it on top of the bacon, wrap that bacon right around that curve of that shrimp, just like that. Wrap it around there. Stick it through with the toothpick, put it on the tray. It's that simple. Grab the piece of bacon, or the shrimp, put it around the bacon, wrap it around, stick it through with the toothpick. You can do this, if you do this enough times, you'll actually finish this project with a bunch of shrimp wrapped around a bunch of bacon. I'm just saying, you know, if you keep doing this, you're going to have a whole pan full of this stuff, which is the goal. So I'm going to finish this, and by the time I'm done, I will have a complete full pan of bacon wrapped shrimp that is going to look really, really delicious. I said I was going to pre-cook the bacon, and I didn't. What a dork. That's alright, it still works. It won't hurt us at all. I will just cook it a little bit longer before I glaze it. The glaze, the one recipe I've seen says the glaze, once you glaze it, you want to cook it for 10 minutes. You want to pre-cook it for 5 to 8 minutes, and then glaze it, and then put it back in. I'm going to do a 400 degree oven. I find that 400 degrees is a good temperature to do it, and it'll help crisp it up just a little bit. I think the glaze will crisp them up. Last time without the glaze that I did, it worked pretty good too. So hang on, and I'll be right back. and I'll show you how to put this in the oven, because there's a very specific procedure about putting food in an oven that you may or may not know. I have discovered a secret once again. We wash our hands with soap. Once you finish, I'm going to wash my hands with soap right now because I've got a couple other things I need to do before I finish this, and I'll be right back. Don't go away, you're going to miss the good stuff. Okay, there is the full pan of bacon wrapped shrimp. That's a lot of shrimp, man. That looks delicious. I'm going to throw that in. My oven is preheated at 400. You can see that. And I'm going to throw that in there for about 6-7 minutes, and then I'm going to glaze that row of shrimp right there, and I'll leave those unglazed, and then I'll leave those without the bacon wrap. So we shall see. Be right back. I'm going to put them in the oven. Okay, I've got my oven on. Oh yeah, I feel that heat. 400 degrees. I'm going to put the tray of shrimp in there. Very nice, very nice. And I'm going to turn the timer on for about 7 minutes, and we'll call it good. Okay, got to move all this crap here. Okay, while the shrimp is cooking, I want to mix my honey and chipotle sauce. And I'm going to grab me a butter knife. I have not done this glazed before, so it's going to be real interesting. I'm not quite sure how much honey to put in. Just enough to glaze one of those rows. I'm sure that'll be plenty. Just regular honey. This is the honey that we get from bees. I'm just saying. Okay, now this, you know, you don't want to do too hot, too blasé. So I'm just going to do a dash, and see that those 3 little holes, that keeps it from going in there a lot. So do 1 more dash, and I'm going to do 3 dashes. 3 dashes. And that should give it just a little bit of a perk. Nothing major. And then you can see you just stir that right into the honey, and then when the shrimp come out for this first time, see, that's not too thick in there, and it's not too thin, so that should flavor it really good. Mix that in there really good, and call it good. Done. I'm going to taste this off the knife. Oh my gosh. That's good enough to put on a peanut butter sandwich, man. Oh, that's so good. I'm going to put 1 more dash in there. Man, that was good. Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Oh my goodness, that's fabulous. That's perfect. Not too hot. What it does, it's not going to be hot, you guys. It just adds flavor. And the chipotle flavor is such a good flavor anyway. Oh my, that's fantastic. Oh, that's good. Okay, so we will, we've got 3.5 minutes. We'll be right back to put our first glaze on the shrimp. Okay, my timer just went off, and you can see that the bacon is not really well done yet. What I did, I said I started it at 7 minutes. I did not pre-cook this bacon, so I added another 3 minutes. So that's 10 minutes for the first bake. I just added another 5 minutes because I did not pre-cook the bacon. I'm making this harder than it needs to be, I'm sorry. 15 minutes at 400 degrees if you don't pre-cook the bacon. Then glaze, then cook again until crispy. And I'll look at that and keep track of the time and let you know. So we're going on our 15 minutes right now. Okay, my timer has gone off. I want to pull these out and take a look at them. Ooh, Okay, now I've noticed these ones that are unwrapped, they're not quite done yet. I don't want to make them rubbery. Yeah, they are done. Okay, I'm going to pull these without the bacon off and put them on a plate. No, they're still raw. They're still raw. I'm going to put them right back in. Okay, we're not done cooking yet. Good deal. Woohoo! What I'm going to do, the bacon's cooking up pretty good. Bacon's not cooking up bad. I'm going to glaze. Are you able to see that? Hopefully. There we go. That's better. I'm going to glaze this row right here with the honey and the yeah, here we go. Let's get some honey on these little guys. There we go. Honey chipotle glaze. It'll be good to see how they taste. It'll be fun to see how they taste. Now you can see why I use aluminum foil, right? Yeah. Yeah, we want to use aluminum foil. It just makes cleanup so much easier, right? And if you can make cleanup easier, then go for it. That's the way to do it. Trying to get as much of this glaze out as I can. And onto the shrimp. The honey's pretty sticky. Yeah, it's going to be thick. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good. So we will see. I've got a feeling next time I want to make more glaze because this looks like it's going to taste delicious. Okay, so I've got these glazed. Now what I'm going to do for the second glaze, for the second cook, is I'm going to put these in for 10 more minutes, 15, and then we'll take a look at them. But those are looking really, really good, aren't they? Ooh. Okay, I'm still at 400 degrees. Pop them back in the oven, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. And while we're waiting for those shrimp to cook, there is the bread that we just pulled out. Ooh, it's delicious. Homemade bread with shrimp and bacon wrapped shrimp. That's a good recipe for dinner, I'm telling you. Okay, the timer's going off. Let's shut the timer off and take a look, shall we? Ooh, that's looking pretty good. I am going to keep them in there for another 5 minutes though. The bacon's just about done, not quite. You see that glaze on it real good. Okay, let's take a look at these. I put them under the broiler for a couple of minutes just to crisp up the bacon, and I think that's going to really help. This did not at all turn out time-wise like the other recipe I've seen, but they are looking good. So let's see what we got here. Let me shut off this oven. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, hate to brag. Look at that. That's good looking. Oh yeah, that's dinner. That is dinner. There we go. Let me get a close-up here for you. Now these back ones, I didn't have enough bacon, so I just put them in to bake. And the bacon I put in for, it's been in there for about half an hour. And I know you want fast food, so you'll have to pre-cook the bacon to get the fast food. This is not the pre-cooked stuff. But I'll take a bite and I'll show you that it's really delicious. Alright, here is one of these bacon wrapped shrimp. Oh wow. That is looking good. It's not a crispy bacon. I suppose if you wanted to pre-cook it and make it more crunchy, you could. Oh boy, it's juicy and it just fills your mouth. It's delicious. And that chipotle honey glaze, That is really good. It's not hot at all. It's really not. It added the flavor to the honey. The sweet hot really mixed together well. But so anyway, there's your first cookout video with the Backyard Professor. I will return again and share some other recipes. So the first time I did this without cooking the bacon, and the first cook that I did with it, I did for 20 minutes. Then I put the glaze on, and then I put them in again. For another 20 minutes. Then I broiled them for 2 minutes. You could do probably 3 or 4. But you know, I was afraid I was going to overcook the shrimp. It did not overcook the shrimp. It's not rubbery at all. That's phenomenal. Yum. This is the Backyard Professor signing off to go eat my dinner with my wife with my homemade bread and my bacon wrapped shrimp. Thank you. I'll see you in the next Backyard Professor cooking video. What the heck? I'll start something new. This could be a lot of fun.